conducts itself, if political prisoners are released, if genuine economic reforms are enacted, if opposition leaders are allowed to contest the election, all these things are important, and most of them haven't happened yet. So people are getting concerned. For example, there's something called Emergency Law 58, which Mubarak has used to detain people. In fact, there are over 17,000 people detained in Egypt now under that law that need to be released. I remember a few days before Mubarak, stepped down, Omar Suleiman said, well, we have to take our time before repealing that law because you have 17,000 people on the street. These are people who are detained because of exactly for protesting their rights. Yeah, not because
political prisoners.
Exactly. Anybody, if you all you need to do is say something bad about Mubarak or the government, you are arrested and detained, no trial. So that law needs to go. It has not been, repealed. So people are watching to see what the army does. And don't forget, the Egyptian army, like most Middle Eastern armies, have an economic interest in what happens in Egypt. A lot of corporations and companies are run and owned by the military establishments. And right now, the national financial institutions are saying that the Mubarak regime, or even his family, looted between $50 to $70 billion in these 30 years. Because every contract that comes into Egypt, even through the military, the family also gets some kickback. Now, Switzerland has said they've seized some assets belonging to the Mubarak family, and I'm sure other countries will do the same. Though he's still in Sharm el-Sheikh now, but all indications are that he won't be there for long. Because as far as he stays in the country, there'll still be some fear amongst you that he might come back. So they're still insisting that he leaves the country completely and goes into exile somewhere.
And so, Dr. Madu, this Egyptian revolution is still an influx in a real sense. I mean, it's sort of, there's no real indication as to where this thing might lead because the army is still sort of reluctant to deal with this, to remove this law.
That's correct.
Is that what we're saying? And that the United States has to work within that framework. And of course, Dr. Madu, we're coming to the end of this show today, and you understand what we have to do here. But I do want to thank you for that information, and that I think it does give us some idea in terms of the chaos, in a real sense, that the United States has to deal with as part of our policy there. And of course, let me encourage our audience to tune in again next week for another informative edition of Comments. Thank you and good morning.